So I started playing, not knowing a single thing about anything. So I just started exploring. As I perused the starting area of Limgrave, I just kept getting my willy-nilly handed to me, mate. Through a straw, mate. On a platter, mate. It was just insane. God damn. Once I got over the phase of what the hell am I doing, I started to feel the ebb and flow of the synergy, of the mechanics, of the combat, of the exploration, of the verticality of the open world. You could probably call this the honeymoon phase. The one element that hit me like a ton of bricks, I started to understand the lore. So when I started exploring these desolate crevices, these abandoned villages and forts, and finding friendly friends along the way, and I started learning more about the overall story, about the Tarnished and the fallen demigods, and how the lands between sound just like a horrible place to live. And with that lore, I got a better grasp of the journey ahead. Maybe about 45 hours of playing, I realized that this isn't a game about story. This is a game about journey. There is a story, but it's not about that, eh? And I love that there's no hand-holding in terms of lore, in terms of story, in terms of the play. Because the story isn't spoon-fed to you. That's a staple in all FromSoft games, and as well as George Martin's writing. The lore builds the overall story. So with that, the story subjectively suffers if you don't take the time in your mind to learn the lore. So it's up to you to enjoy the story. And this is why the story and narrative is not for everyone. It's not for the faint of heart, let me tell you. If you are a fan of Morrowind's open world, this is your shit. Morrowind was my shit.
There you go.
I love that game.
You were dreaming.
I love that game.
What's your name?
And I love this one. And I'll explain why.
I don't know where to go from here, so let's find a place too strong for me, and I'll find out how to make it all work out. Find out what the world's about. Oh, 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 where do we go? Round and round into the fold. Oh, 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 nowhere to go. We go round and round, talk to who knows. Round and round, nose to the ground from the way I play. From the way they say, from the grace that guides me, no cliche. Up and down the round, up and down the round, the band, up and down the round, up and down the round, the band, up and down the round. Up and down the round, ooh yeah.
And before you guess in the comments, yes, this is my first FromSoftware Soulsborne game. I fared quite alright, I think. Until I got to the mountain. Holy shit.
Here we go again.
Nobody's ready for the mountain when they get there. That's for another story though. Yeah, I'm so thankful this game doesn't make me fall into the trap of playing Minimap Simulator. And when I say that, I think you know exactly what I mean. Classic story these days. I step out into the beautiful open world for the first time and oh cool, there's a minimap. All good. But in reality, all I really end up doing is intentionally watching the dotted line on the map telling me where to go, instead of looking at the jaw-dropping landscapes the team of artists spent half a decade to create. It's a catch-22, isn't it? So Elden Ring's story plays like you've been transported into the middle of a book. You just need to hunt down the missing pages to connect the dots. You're as much a part of the storytelling as the writer in many cases, which is what I love so much about it. Sometimes the story feels fragmented, sometimes it feels straightforward, but you have to actually put effort in to uncover it. The quests are minimalist, They require you to figure things out from tiny hints. No cutscenes, no markers, no big dialogue, just a big fucking game. For me, that intro cutscene gave me enough insight to start exploring the world, and it left the writers more room to tell the story without being confined to a set path. Keeping the story broken up and tucked away is meant to drive the players to explore the world, pick up items and read descriptions. Much like Gideon, however, we'll never be all-knowing. That being said, having things spread out and missable encourages replayability, as opposed to solely relying on the mechanics to encourage longevity. Keeps mysteries mysterious and interest alive. By leaving loose ends and holes, players are meant to find something to tie it up with or fill in the gap. Because, my dear friend, there is a difference between a plot hole and a loose end. If the game doesn't spark your curiosity to where you want to piece it together yourself, then that's fine. This is FromSoft's approach to their own storytelling. Many people enjoy it, but it's certainly not for everyone. So, when you begin this story, this journey, you enter into a world where the events have already taken place, like many years before. And our story as the Tarnished is more of a personal one. The journey through this desolate world to become Elden Lord is really a pretty straightforward story. And it's the main objective that is presented to you in the introductory cutscene. Granted, I had absolutely no idea what the Elden Ring was or what I was supposed to do. I came to the realization that in Elden Ring, exploration is the exposition. Meeting Rani at the church of Ella and just thinking that she was your random everyday damsel in distress NPC. Boy, how I was so wrong. That for me is the ultimate RPG narrative experience. The way you have to think for yourself. It made me feel more invested and connected with the game. So much so that by the time the credits rolled, I instantly went to YouTube and binged VaatiVidya for a whole day. Love your work, man. I think that's why I enjoy Morrowind's quests and world design so much as well. FromSoft's style reminds me so much of that old nostalgia. There's such an aura of mystery, of personal discovery. It's by the player's own volition and investment that sees them through to understanding what's going on by the time the credits roll. Not the developers, not the dotted line on the minimap, not the next quest marker that plays the next cutscene. It's you that tells the story. But that's just me talking, the ever-loving optimist sharing the good vibes. Leave a like if you liked it and dislike if you didn't. And leave a comment down below letting me know your favourite thing about Elden Ring. Is it the world, the lore, the gameplay? Or if you disagree with me, that's totally fine too.